Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and CountyComm made an armorer's hammer a while ago, titanium one here, and this is 12 inches long, sells for about $150. And this was a requested item from an aerospace company that wanted what was called, or nicknamed, I guess, a delicate operations hammer. And I guess I'm thinking it wasn't that the striking needed to be delicate, it needed to be designed for an operation that was probably kind of delicate in however you want to interpret that. Then they came out with another one, and this is an 8-inch armorer's hammer or delicate operations hammer, and this one cost about $75. Well, they've got another one out. This is a 7-inch version, hermetically sealed. I'll get to that. And this one they are calling the Micro Titanium Precision Hammer. And again, it's titanium. But let's talk about the sealing of this in this bag. This is how it arrives. This one right now is $45. It's a new launch from CountyComm. I don't know how long these things will be available, but they are just amazing. This is a sweet hammer, very sweet. It does come with interchangeable heads. You can get brass, nylon, or basically a hard steel. And then, of course, you can keep that on or not, or move them around depending on what you're doing. So you can take this off, the steel one, and then this is non-magnetic, which might be one of those delicate operations if you're working around bomb disposals or MRIs or electronics equipment, radar installations, things like that. But let's take a closer look at this little one. Now I'm going to open it up here. But why is it in a plastic bag? It is sealed. It is sterilized, basically, just like in a hospital. So sometimes delicate operations can require guaranteeing that you are not introducing any foreign bodies into the environment that you're working with. There's nothing on this. There's no grease. There's no metal flakes. There's nothing. And that's really what this is all about. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. Now, you can open these like a lot of surgical equipment. You can open it easily by just tearing the bag. Now it comes with the nylon head on the bottom already pre-installed, the iron or the steel one here, the brass one here, and it also comes, because brass and nylon essentially are sacrificial, it does come with 2 more of those plus the O-rings. And the O-rings actually live right in here and help keep this from vibrating off, so you can kind of cinch it up and you feel that. So anyway, there it is. Beautiful design. It is a lot lighter than these others in terms of the weight. In fact, I can grab a scale here if you'd like, and we can see, because I'm kind of curious too. I didn't know if I was going to go down that road, but I sure am now. So here we go. We have got, you know what, I'm going to grab 2 other hammers. This is foreshadowing because I'm kind of curious. This is in pounds. We might as well do it in maybe ounces or grams. What do you guys want? You know what, I'm going to do it in ounces here. Why? Because here is one of my favorite little snap-on hammers. This guy says it's 42.8 ounces. It's a 32-ounce hammer. Here is my new Tecton that I will get to. This says 44 ounces, says 43 there, so that's kind of interesting. But let's look at these CountyComm Maritac. And I'm going to use all 3 heads on this. So we have got 5.3 ounces for this little guy, and that's just outstanding. I love small ball peen hammers. Here is the 8-inch version, 10.3 ounces, and then hang on. Look at this guy, this monster here. This thing, 23 ounces. So these are at 43. These are at 20. This one's at 23. So quite a bit of difference. But for a precision small hammer, and I've done some small hammer videos, I would think you can get into small watchmakers hammers just like this, but even smaller, but not with this crazy titanium quality. Interchangeable heads, cage number for you government officials, and then the ability to move around the different the different heads, or even take it off. Or I can put 2 nylon ones if I want to make it even lighter. But anyway, I thought I'd show you this guy, brand new from CountyComm, the Micro Titanium Precision Hammer. Only $45 to get into a titanium hammer like this. Obviously, you could go with something else if you wanted to go with a, got it right here, a stiletto. Cost you a little bit more. What does this thing weigh? See where that comes in. So that's 25 ounces. So that's pretty close to what this armorer's hammer is at 23 ounces. Kind of neat to see how the weights stack up. But this is why we're here. Beautiful little hammer. Now it's interesting with hammers because basically you're turning, obviously potential energy into kinetic energy, and to figure out the kinetic energy benefit, it's 1/2 mv squared. And what's neat about that is the kinetic energy is 1/2 the mass times the velocity squared. So the swing of the hammer, the motion of the hammer, is wildly more impactful on the kinetic energy than the mass of the hammer. So if you can get something swinging, and that's how these guys are working, you can go with something light, but on the end of, a 1.5 foot long handle, you can really generate a lot of force compared to something like this, where you're putting on, or this one, putting on, a really heavy head on a stubby hammer. But then the operation's different too, and that's where that control or that precision or maybe that delicate operation can come in. When you shrink up the hammer handle, you're drastically reducing its capabilities to generate kinetic energy. And maybe that's exactly what you want. So that's why a hammer like this could be really important for a lot of jobs. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about the Maritac hammer or any of the other hammers. And with that, Doc out.